the Colossal Cort. Hello and welcome to Make Some Noise with Maddie, episode 3. I have a very metal guitar today, this Cort KX500, which has some really metal tones to it. It has the Fishman Fluence pickups on it. It is an active guitar. We have the battery access in the back. But what a pretty wood. Look at that. That is really nice. A very deep red on the back. And just kind of this neat grain that you feel on the top of it, which is cool. So we have 24 frets. Locking tuners in the back, which I thought was really kind of cool. Very reinforced neck. Looks like we have like 5-piece neck. So profile is really nice. The fast D shape is very slick in the back. I love that. So we got 2 humbuckers, 3-way switch. This does have a tap, but I'm gonna do just a short burst of clean tones because this is metal, right? Who's gonna use a clean channel? Well, let's start with some clean and see what we got. It's a very dark sounding guitar, and again, you could probably look up the specs on Google for this one, but just very, very dark. You can hear it. Super dark. Bridge position. Then we had the middle. Again, just super rich, very dark. Let's face it, you're going to be playing metal with this thing. This is a metal guitar. Then we have the neck position, which is even more fat. A little more definition though, there's a little more articulation, so you don't want to have just like, all big mud fest. Yeah, very nice. I mean, it's actually very usable for a metal guitar. You might have one of those songs where you have that slow, clean intro solo. Before you turn on like your 3 metal zones. So but it's nice. It's a really nice neck. Because the middle is definitely just darker. That neck is just, it's a little more low end, but it's just really articulate. I like that. It's really cool. That's cool. I like it. That's really neat. I mean, whenever you have versatility in a metal guitar, it's always nice. I mean, yes, this does scream metal, but you don't have to just play metal. Not that you want to use this as a country guitar, but it can do a few other things, I'm sure. It's got a nice, just rich, dark tone. So if you're playing through an amp that is just naturally dark, obviously it's just going to be this pit of melancholy as far as the tone. So I'm sure with a really bright amp, it would definitely have a different flavor too. But again, I'm just using my GT8, same patches I use for all the guitars here, into the FR cab, my Black Star, into my board. So nothing fancy. There's no like post-production stuff done to the tone. It's just, this is what it is. So I do like it. I think it is dark, but it's a nice kind of dark. So, but let's go right to the meat and potatoes. Like, this is, again, the Colossal Cort, I call it. This is a chunker. It really has some thumpity thump going on, and I think I want to play over a more metal track. So I have one dialed up on my DR5, and let's just go right to the high gain. I'm not going to even bother with low gain, because you're going to have high gain with this thing. So there's our high gain. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so let's put the track on, and it's going to play for a little bit and go through the variety of our three-way selector and then see what this thing does for metal. Here we go. Neck pickup. That's kind of cool. Pretty good definition on that middle pickup there. thing is so colossal. The Colossal Cort. Maybe I can like trademark that and make a few quarters off it or something. This thing really does just chunk. It's a fun guitar. It's just super simple. 3-way selector. I didn't even bother with the tap. I mean, it is what it is. Tap if you want to, otherwise you're just chunking. And these Fluence pickups just have great articulation, you know, and that's what's really fun. Like I was hitting some of the different harmonics and trying to squeak out certain notes that might be harder on certain guitars. So this thing just really does that very well. So if you're looking for something to handle a high gain situation, this is definitely a guitar to consider, and it is under $1,000. So I'm not gonna categorize it as a sleeper. It's a metal guitar. You know, it's not going to be as versatile as some of the other guitars, but this does metal, so it's going to do metal very, very well. And that's the whole point of today's episode, is the Colossal Cort and the Chunkathon. I gotta write some of these phrases down. These might be useful for later on. But it's a really fun guitar, and the action's great. Again, you get 24 frets. It's set up for shredding. So if you want to come down to the store and give it a shot, we actually have one of the MT15 amps, the Mark Tremonti, the PRS head and cab out on the storefront. So this guitar would scream through that if you want to come down and check it out and really see what kind of gain you get out of this thing. We're open Monday through Friday from 12:30 to 8, and then Saturday from 9 in the morning until 6. So come on down and see me. I'm almost always here. Except for Saturdays. I won't get here until noon on Saturdays because I gotta have my morning Saturday. But come down and see me. You can call the store. It's 600-6060. And like I said in the last episode, you can always book a time with me if you want to have more of a personal one-on-one session, where we take this guitar or any of the guitars that we have here and we can plug them into the amp I have in the back. We could dial in different patches and see how it responds. Or if you want to bring in your own pedal board, we can plug your pedal board into my FR cab, so you get an idea of exactly what the instrument would do for you with your rig. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate the support. Be sure to follow us and like and subscribe. Share the video. It helps out the channel immensely, trying to get more traffic out there and more people aware of these awesome guitars that we have here at the Music Lover Shop in Rochester. So thanks again. Until next time, bye.